Yo, what is going on, you guys? It's your boy King Sanders here, and we are back with another day of sports betting. This is going to be for Wednesday, August 3rd slate of MLB action. I'm super excited to dive into it. We do have a great slate of MLB following the trade deadline, so I am super excited to dive into it. But before we do, I did just want to go ahead and say that we are still currently on the road to 7,000 subscribers. So if you guys are new, make sure that you guys do like, comment, subscribe, and turn on that notification bell so you guys know whenever I post. Next, I did just want to go ahead and give a quick shout out here to all of our members here on the channel. Thank you guys so much for everything that you guys do. And thank you guys so much for giving such a small channel such a big chance, as I always say. Truly does mean the absolute world to me. So, without any further ado, how crazy was that trade deadline? I just can't believe it. This trade deadline has been absolutely insane. So let me know what you guys think of the trade deadline and how everything went down in the comment section down below. Does this change kind of who you guys thought was going to win the World Series? Does it not? Does it really matter? Truthfully, there's just a bunch of different things, a bunch of different opinions that people could have. So I'm excited to hear what you guys have to say about it. So if you guys are watching this part, make sure you guys do put what you guys potentially think how it's going to change the rest of the season. But without any further ado, let's go ahead and do a quick recap of yesterday. I don't want to ramble on anymore, but before we do, and boom, ladies and gentlemen, yes, we are here with the sunnies on, and you guys know exactly what that means. If you guys are new around here, the sunnies, that means we ended up getting a sweep yesterday. Yes, we ended up going 2-0. We did just have two plays, but I really liked them, and it ended up working out for us. But despite a lot of people doubting me in the comment section, it still ended up working out. So, without any further ado, we'll go ahead and do that quick recap. So, like I said, 2-0. But we did have the Diamondbacks plus a half here in the first five versus the Guardians, minus 140 odds. Truly no sweat. There wasn't really the Diamondbacks got out to a really early lead on the Guardians, pretty much just held them off through that first five. Absolutely no sweat whatsoever. And then we did have the Baltimore Orioles money line versus Texas at plus value. Really, really great plus value play. And that one also ended up working out. Baltimore Orioles ended up getting off to a hot start too. I think they were up like 5-0 early on in the game. And then they ended up winning like 8-1 or 8-2, something like that. But they ended up winning pretty handedly. So it ended up working out for us. Ended up going 2-0. Now let's see what we can do today. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and dive into today's plays. So our first play of the day, we're going to be taking the Phillies plus a half here in the first five versus the Braves at minus 120 odds. We do have two first five plays because I really like both of them, and then we do have one over-under, so I'm really excited about it. But first one, Phillies plus a half in the first five versus Braves. So both these teams are both 4-6 to the first five run line in the last 10 games. So both these teams very, very neck and neck, and I do think that this is going to be a super low-scoring game. We'll kind of get to it towards the end, but I think it's going to be a super low-scoring game. Also, both these teams are 2-2 when it comes to the last four matchups between these two when it comes to that first five run line. So I do think it's going to be very, very close once again. It is split in just about every single way, form, or fashion. But Philadelphia, they are 6th when it comes to runs per game over the course of the entire season. So they have been a very good offense, and so has Atlanta. Atlanta is 5th when it comes to runs per game as well. So both very great offenses. Philly, I will say, they do play a little bit better on the road when it comes to a scoring aspect. They do average 0.21 more runs per game on the road. Very, very good spot to target. And Philadelphia, they are 7th when it comes to runs per game in the last three, so they have been a very hot offense over the last three games. Atlanta, they're at 13th over the last three games, so not a huge drop-off, but still a little bit of a little bit of an advantage. In Philadelphia, they are 10th when it comes to runs allowed, so they have been top 10 when it comes to not allowing teams to score. Atlanta, they're in the same position. They're at 7th. So why do I like this play? I mean, they're almost both the exact same. Well, let me explain why. So first things first, Zach Wheeler is going to be on the mound here for Philadelphia. Enough said. No, I'm just kidding. But Philadelphia has been really, really good. Zach Wheeler has been really good for Philadelphia. He has a 2.77 ERA over the course of the season and a 2.48 in his last five. So he's been really solid in these last five games. He's starting to trend in the right direction, and I think this is a good spot to hop on and ride the train till the wheels fall off. But Zach Wheeler is also 3-2 in his last five starts here to that first five run line. I think that's where we do see a lot of value. He's been really solid, so hopefully he can cover for us. And on the flip side of things for Atlanta, they have Charlie Morton on the mound with a 4.34 ERA over the course of the season and a 6.0 ERA through 15 innings versus Philadelphia. So he has struggled versus this Philadelphia offense. So hopefully he does struggle once again. And he also hasn't covered in 3 straight games to his run line. So I think that does speak a lot of volume. Charlie Morton has been not necessarily the great over the last couple games, so hopefully it does end up working out for us. And also, if you take a look at it, you want to do a little bit of line reading for us. Philadelphia, their run line is plus 1.5. That's juiced to minus 180. So these odds makers do expect that the game does stay relatively close. So as long as the Phillies are tied or winning through 5, I do think we end up winning this. Well, we do end up winning this one, but they expect it to be close, and so do I. So hopefully it ends up working out. And the over/under is set to 7.5. Very, very low over/under. So as long as it does. They're expecting a low-scoring game. They're expecting a close game. So do I. So that's going to be our first play of the day. Phillies plus 0.5 in the first 5 versus the Braves at minus 120 odds. Now, the second play of the day, we're taking another dog in the first 5. We're taking the Royals plus 0.5 here in the first 5 versus the White Sox at minus 120 odds. Now, if you take a look at it, the Royals have been really solid to the run line on the road when it comes to the first 5. They are 28-23, so they're about 5 games above 500. The White Sox, on the flip side of things, their record at home to the run line, 20-32. So I'll definitely take my odds on that one. They're about 12 under 500 at home when it comes to that first 5 run line. And the Royals, they've been really solid in their last 10 on the road. In their last 10, they are 7-3 to that first 5 run line on the road. The White Sox, they are just 4-6 in their last 10 to the run line at home. So I think that we see a lot of value there. But not only there, I think that we do have a really great pitching advantage as well. Brady Singer is going to be on the mound here for Kansas City. He does have a 3.51 ERA over the course of the season, a 2.05 in his last 5, and a 2.97 on the road, and a 0.0 ERA through 9 innings versus the White Sox. He's been absolutely fantastic just over the course of the season on the road, and he's been trending in the right direction, and he's been great versus the White Sox. Everything is saying an advantage here, and he has also covered in 5 straight spreads, so I do think that we see a ton of value here, and Lance Lynn's going to be on the mound here for the White Sox. He has not been great, and that's, there's no sugarcoating it. He has a 6.42 ERA over the course of the season, 5.4 at home this year, and 8.06 in his last 5. He has really struggled, so hopefully he does once again for us. And Lance Lynn, to this exact run line, is 1-4 to this exact run line in his last 5 games. So I do think we see a little bit of value there for that pitching matchup. So I'm going to be taking it Royals plus 0.5 in the first 5 versus the White Sox at minus 120 odds. Now for our third and final play of the day, we're going to be taking the Cubs and the Cardinals under 8 runs at minus 105 odds. Now, obviously, this is a very huge rivalry, especially me being here in Central Illinois. I know that it's a very big rivalry, which is why I think that this game is going to be low scoring, and I think it's going to be close. The Cubs, they are 51, 45, and 6 to the under over the course of the year. And St. Louis, they're 52, 47, and 4 to the under over the course of the season. So both these teams are more profitable to the under than the over. So I do really like that. Cubs also have been really good on the road to the under there. 27, 22, and 1 to the under on the road. I think that speaks a lot of volume. And the Cubs, they have gone under in 8 of their last 9 games. And in that one game that they didn't go under and ended up going over this exact line, they finished right at 9. So I think that they've been really, really good to the under, and they've been keeping it super close, and I think they can do that once again. Because if you take a look at it, Justin Steele's going to be on the mound here for Chicago. He does have a 3.86 ERA over the course of the season, but a 2.05 in his last 5, and a 1.29 through 7 versus St. Louis. He's been very good against St. Louis. Hopefully he can keep that up. And Miles Michaelis, is going to be on the mound here for the Cardinals. Does have a 2.86 ERA over the course of the season. He's been really good. Everybody knows that. So hopefully he can keep that up. In St. Louis, they do have the 11th lowest bullpen ERA over the course of the entire season. So I do think that we see a little bit of value there. I do worry about the Cubs bullpen, I will say that. But hopefully they can get it done for us. Hopefully the rivalry can come through, and the history is on our side. A lot of the games between these two teams have gone under in recent history. So hopefully it does end up working out for us. That is going to be our third and final play of the day. Cubs and the Cardinals under 8 runs at minus 105 odds. So that is going to do it for today's video. If you guys did enjoy, make sure you guys do like, comment, subscribe, and turn on that notification bell so you guys know whenever I post. Like I said, we are still currently on the road to 7,000 subscribers. So if you guys are new, make sure that you guys are subbed. But that's going to do it for me. This is King Center signing out. Peace.